Wrong time. I shouldn't have left you. Return of the boxing guru. I'm coming with so much flavor. I'm also known as the wilder hater. With my videos here to please you. It's under the microscope here to teach you. You with the one and only boxing guru for this episode of Under the Microscope. We're going to focus in on Devin Haney versus anybody at 135 pounds. The Anybodies are the first top 5 ranked opponents by ESPN boxing rankings at 135 pound division. Since these boys are not fighting each other, I figured I'd come up with, based on their skills, from my expert opinion, how it would match up if they did fight each other, what would be the outcome. I'm going to start with the weakest opponent and then go to the strongest opponent. In my opinion, the first opponent, the weakest, would be King Ryan Garcia versus Devin the Dream Haney. King Ryan Garcia, this would be an electrifying fight for the young fans because King Ryan has a big fan base. He has a lot of followers. Plus, his skills, in my opinion, his fundamental skills does not match up with Devin the Dream Haney. I think it would be a mismatch in the ring if they did fight each other. Devin and King Ryan are familiar with each other. It goes way back with the amateur boxing. Devin was beating up on him then, so I figured Devin would continue his streak against King Ryan. But if this fight did come to pass, it will be electrifying. I will be waiting to see it and see how it plays out. King Ryan definitely has to work on his fundamentals. Instead of throwing wide, sloppy, looping punches, he definitely has to work on shorter punches, even though he's tall, and stay behind his jab. The next opponent versus Devin Haney, in my opinion, will be, I'm going to go with Teofimo Lopez. Even though people might say, oh, you picking Teofimo, he's the undisputed champ. In my opinion, Teofimo is the second weakest if he fight Devin the Dream Haney. Devin and Teofimo has like a history together. They sparred each other. In my opinion, I wasn't there, but I believe Devin's foot movement, his elusiveness would be too much for Teofimo. Anybody that knows boxing who stays behind a jab against Teofimo gives him problems. You had the tall Japanese guy, gave him issues. You had, who else? It was another guy, Richie Comey, gave him issues when Richie was standing behind his jab in the first round. So any pure boxer against Teofimo Lopez will give him issues. And Devin Haney is definitely that. Devin is definitely a boxer. He can move on his feet. You have to chase Devin all night long. So it would be a grueling fight if you're not a seasoned fighter or a well-versed fighter, because, like I said, Devin is very seasoned. He won't sit there for Teofimo to tee off on him. He won't just sit there and bang with you. Devin will make you move like a Floyd Mayweather. He will neutralize some of those basic fighters, in my opinion, like Teofimo. He needs you to be there. So when Teofimo start trying to walk Devin down, Devin can move on his feet, get on the back foot, dance circles around him. So it would be an interesting fight. So I see Devin winning that one. Then you have him against Lomachenko. Lomachenko would be the third weakest. I believe Lomachenko could have whooped Teofimo. It was an in-house deal from Top Rank. But for our Devin Haney, Lomo will lose because of his height. And it takes so much for Lomo to get inside against a good tall fighter who understands boxing. Devin will be moving. Devin will strike, touch him, and slide out. So Lomo definitely has to be on his feet all day long, chasing Devin down. And with his height, that will play a major part in his defeat against Devin Haney because, like I said, his height and not because his IQ, but his height. You know, his height plays a part. When somebody's sticking that jab like Devin would do and can move on the back foot, it would be difficult for Lomo because, like I said, Devin could pot shot him in and out, score points, and win on that decision. And fourth, I'm going to go with Tank Davis. Tank Davis is the fourth because Tank Davis, in my opinion, he's short like Lomo, but Tank has power more than Lomo. Lomo has to, far as a combination of punches to get you out of there, but Tank can get you out of there with a couple shots put together. But with Devin movement, it would neutralize Tank. I believe in the old traditions of boxing. A boxer beats a brawler any day. Even when the boxing guys put this together, they came up with this notion. A good boxer beats a brawler. Because, like I said, a boxer can get on the back foot, stick you with a jab, move. Tank needs you right there. By the time Tank try to walk Devin down, Devin can hit him with a 1-2, just score points. You ain't got to knock Tank out. But let Tank do so much work to get inside, then you can hit him with good shots, effective shots that can sting him, hurt him, or whatever. So I see Devin winning that fight because of his boxing IQ. And last, the toughest opponent, a lot of y'all might not agree or whatever, is my guy Richie Comey. Richie Comey is he's like the card, a card that's, a card that can, do good, or he can have his moments against Devin. In my opinion, if Richie fights the way he's supposed to, stay behind his jab, double jab against Devin, use his right hand as a counter mechanism, I think he will offset Devin because Devin will use movement and Devin still has to come in. He will get away with his movement against Comey because he'll be running and moving all night. But the difference is if Richie stay behind his jab, Devin got to come in because he got to try to score points to win the fight. And that's when Richie can set up his right hand to land and then be effective with his work. Plus, Richie is an aggressive type of fighter. Richie can stalk Devin down and make Devin fight, and not just let Devin move around the ring. You got to make Devin fight, but you got to make him fight smart behind his jab. And when Richie shoot that right hand, he has to shoot it to his chest area. He definitely got to make contact. He cannot headhunt because Devin will slide out. That's why this is a tricky trump type of fight, a trump card. That's what the word I was looking for, because at any moment Richie could, win the fight or make a mistake, because if he's lunging in with the right hand, it gives Devin chances to counter. So that's why this fight is very tricky, because Richie can stalk Devin down and make him fight. And Devin power is kind of suspect, but if you don't have that aggressiveness against Devin to be able to push him around the ring and have that one-punch power to affect him, that's why Richie has an excellent chance, in my opinion, of pulling the upset, because, like I said, he has to do it smartly. It's not about power. It's about being smart to set up power. That's how boxing goes. So these are the words of the one and only boxing guru, Devin Haney versus anybody at 135 pounds. The first top 5 opponents ranked by ESPN Boxing.
Subscribe to me if you want more of the Boxing Guru Show.